CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Well, BC Transit is pushing ahead, trying to get the green light for an alternative measure that will not have taxpayers in the capital region footing the bill for service. BC Transit is seeking approval of a $106 million budget for Greater Victoria bus service rather than imposing a property tax hike of anywhere up to 10%. Transit says to avoid doing that, it will dip into its reserves so the taxpayers get a break. BC Transit also says it is working to restore some 7,000 hours of service that was cut in last year's budget.
With the 7,000 hours that we're asking the Transit Commission to restore in terms of level of service, 2,000 again for Handy Dart, 5,000 of that will specifically be looking at peak times and managing some of those pass-ups so we can better serve our students. So in terms of the 5,000 hours that we're asking to be directed towards restoring conventional service, it will be to ensure that there are extra buses on those peak routes at peak times to better address the people that are feeling left behind.
That budget request has been passed on to transit commissioners. However, no vote on it has been taken yet because there are 4 seats vacant on the Transit Commission, and that means it's unable to form a quorum. The legislation requires that the Transit Commission have its budget in place by the end of this month. WorkSafe BC is out with a report tonight. It says that former Premier Gordon Campbell did not properly oversee safety measures at his summer home last year, where a roofer fell to his death. The 40-year-old roofer was killed on the 4th of July after falling through a skylight at Campbell's home on Half Moon Bay on the Sunshine Coast. WorkSafe says that the former Premier was considered the prime contractor on the job site. It has not assessed any penalties in the case. Victoria Police are asking for your help tonight. They're trying to find a teenager who pepper sprayed 2 McDonald's restaurant employees outside the Hillside Avenue location. It happened late Friday night, about 1 a.m. Saturday. Police say the assault was unprovoked. They're looking for a teen about 5'6", 160 pounds with light brown hair. If you know who did this with the pepper spray to the McDonald's employees, you're asked to contact Vic PD. A family in Nanaimo is going to have to find somewhere else to sleep tonight after flames destroyed the upstairs suite in their house. The smoke could be seen billowing from the windows on the 2nd floor of the home this afternoon. Firefighters were busy battling the elements as well as snow was coming down, and the bedroom went up in flames. When fire crews arrived, everyone had already made it outside safely.
3 occupants upstairs and there's a tenant downstairs. They all got out safe. They were outside when we arrived on scene. We went in and there was a little fire upstairs in the upstairs bedroom.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. So far, no estimate of the damage. The City of Nanaimo is considering adding a legal advice fund to its budget so that the mayor and council are able to talk to a lawyer in the face of a potential conflict of interest. The proposal would budget $3,000 for each member of council per year. The issue arose last year in the case of Councillor Bill Bestwick, who faced a potential conflict of interest over a vote on Boston Pizza's right to install a bright LED sign. At the time, Bestwick was the part owner and coach of the Nanaimo Clippers, and Boston Pizza was a team sponsor and advertiser. He had to seek legal advice after taking part in a vote on the issue.
It's basically a cost-saving measure. We're hoping it'll be possible to not have to go this route and spend the money. But from my way of thinking, I'd rather spend the money now, the $3,000, and try to reduce the amount of total cost to the taxpayers later on, because there's a huge expense in staff time and our own lawyers to take action on the case.
The city ended up paying a portion of Bestwick's legal bill and hopes that instituting a framework to allow councillors to seek legal advice will prevent this from happening again in the future.